I'm more excited for our next topic, Darth Maul, Shadow Lord.
So excited.
Yes. Not just because I like the character, but I'm really interested to see what the storyline is going to be because I believe it's George Lucas's vision of what 7, 8, and 9 were going to be.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Hello, and welcome back to.
The Great Path Podcast. It's
I
been
know
too
you've
long.
missed us. It has been a while.
But
Happy
here,
belated holidays.
a new year,
Happy
2026,
New Year,
the year of Star Wars.
2026.
That's what I'm calling it.
Yes, it is the Star Wars episode for 2026. We shall indulge in a little bit of predictions for the up and coming show Maul, Shadow Lord. We're going to talk a little bit about Grogu and Mandalore, or Mandalorian and Grogu. I'm dyslexic, so I said it backwards.
You did.
All right, we'll edit that out. Um, and we'll talk about Dave Filoni taking over Star Wars and cutting out Kathleen Kennedy.
But are they really? We shall find out, I
Um,
guess.
yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll start on that topic. I think that they're going to. And even though box office wise, the episode 7, 8, and 9 were a success technically, the standalone films weren't too. I mean, Rogue One was amazing,
Hmm.
but Solo wasn't very well received. Some of the direction that some of the stuff that they went wasn't very well received. I mean, we talked about this, I think, on the last episode, how like if they would have went with the original storyline for the Acolyte that was a little bit darker, would have been a little bit better. I think fans would have received it, but also too, like I think it being a time period of not really knowing too much. And if you didn't read the books, you really didn't get that time period of the Acolyte. Um, I've watched it, like I've said before, a couple of times. I actually just watched it a couple of weeks ago, all the way through, and I skipped again the witches singing, and I started at like the end of the episode when Chimere gets introduced, and I followed it the rest of the way, and I actually enjoyed it a lot more.
Well,
Um,
because I feel like those episodes were a little bit more riskier. Because I feel like I don't know, they didn't take as much risk. Like you said, if they would have gone with the original script that was a little bit darker, a little bit riskier.
yes,
And I think that's Disney's
yes,
problem with some things, is they're just now with just how the world is and people are, they don't want to take the risk. But
yeah,
I think that's
yeah,
changing because I think people are getting sick and tired of everything going on, that they're just like, screw it. So bring back the risk, and I think
yes,
it'll work out.
yes, yeah. I mean, I don't know, and I think it would be cool. I think he has a good vision. You have to think he spent a better 20 years with George Lucas being his right hand man and
Yeah.
talking about certain things and you know getting to be with George and see George's thought process, how he created certain characters, how he outlined certain things, and how he wanted and his vision of what 7, 8, and 9 were going to be. We were robbed, you know? We really were. We really were robbed. I would have her and the Disney executives pushing episode 9 out so fast and only letting JJ have like a month to write the script really showed in the writing, the quality, the pace, everything of how butchered that movie was. And I think at least with Filoni, he's gonna want to do it right. He's a fan first,
Yes.
and
That's
he
what
has
helps.
so much, yeah, and he has so much lore knowledge that it's just, why wouldn't he be a good fit? You know?
I am excited because I mean, look at
Yeah.
just all the other projects he's been on. Like, they're so good. They're well received.
Yes.
And it's like, well, yeah, because he's a
Yeah.
fan and he understands. Because he wants that
Yeah.
story to be what George Lucas wanted it, because that's obviously why we all love
Yes.
Star Wars. And so he's like, I'm
Yeah.
going to do it right because that's what I want to see. Whereas other people, if you're not really a true fan, you just kind of go into it and you can be a great director, of course, but like if you're just like, let's just push it out, then yeah, it's going to be seen for
Yeah.
sure that you're sloppy.
Well, and like, okay, so a lot of people didn't like season 3 of The Mandalorian.
Yeah,
Um,
I did.
but a lot of people that fell in love with The Mandalorian, and it being like a space spaghetti western, who really weren't into Star Wars, they lost it because they didn't know the lore. They didn't watch Rebels, they didn't watch the Clone Wars, and that was always the biggest gripe. But then I sat back and I thought about it, and I was like, if you look at Mandalorian, season 1 was like season 1 of the Clone Wars, where they had all these little one-off character arcs. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
they paid homage to Godzilla, they paid homage to the Brain Invader zombies. They did the criminal episodes, they did the Cad Bane spaghetti western episodes. So that's how the first season of Mandalorian was, and it was like, oh man, like heck yeah. And then season 2 flushed out a little bit more character development with what was going on, but then it also sprinkled in other characters like other seasons of the Clone Wars were, and then I felt like season 3 of the Clone Wars was like season 3 of Rebels, where it was very Mandalorian heavy focused for a couple of episodes to tell a certain story, and kind of like how the Death Watch episodes were in the Clone Wars, where it focused on Death Watch, the Dark Saber, Paz Vizsla, Satine, and all
Different,
of them.
like different stories within the main
Yes,
story.
exactly. And that's where like I really felt like, oh, okay. So if you look at it from that perspective, it's like, all right, but there's so much lore for Mandalore. It was
Mhm.
nice to see Bo's story and what she did and the planet, and how they went back to their planet and took it back over and are going to try to make something of it. So I think like heck yeah, like this is dope. But my question is, leading into the Mandalorian now and Grogu, are we going to get that season 1 spaghetti western? Because it's a movie, it's not a show. So
Yeah.
how are they going to pack everything into this movie? Like, is it going to be a couple of episodes of them uh looking for certain things and doing bounties, and then the other half of it, like the third act, is going to be them doing a cliffhanger or something for everything that's supposed to culminate together, because they're
Yeah,
supposed to
because
tie all of the shows.
yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Isn't it supposed to tie it and then kind of go into Ahsoka, or is because where is Mandalorian on the timeline? Is that during Ahsoka? It's not during Ahsoka,
Yeah, yeah,
or
it's
is it?
around the Sophist time.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's what I thought. Because
yeah,
yeah, it's supposed to tie that in with the Mandalorian show.
yeah,
Yeah, so I don't. I mean, I don't even know what the
yeah. So
storyline
I'm
would
like,
be.
are we going to see the rise of the First Order, basically? Like, that's how I feel it's going to be, is like, we're going to start to see how the First Order started. Um, and I kind of feel like, Grogu is a Jedi, so at some point, are we going to see him in the Rey Skywalker movie that's supposed to come out when she restarts the Jedi Order, because he's going to be a little bit older, and is he going to be like, or is he going to stay a force sensitive jet bounty hunter and not go the Jedi path? Like,
Yeah, because I guess I mean he hasn't because he chose, but at the same time there hasn't been anything
yeah,
else that
yeah,
really. I think he definitely will be something different though. I don't think he's just gonna go one path. It's not just gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna be a
yeah.
Jedi or yeah, I'm gonna be a Mandalorian. Like
Or,
I feel like he's
or,
gonna be
or is
something.
or is he going to walk the gray path like Ahsoka? And this podcast.
And this podcast.
So I
I have
don't
high
know.
hopes for it, though.
What are some predictions? Oh, by the way, I haven't even complimented you. Your hair looks amazing.
Thank
I
you.
like the color on you. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Um, what are some of the predictions for you?
I think we'll
What do you
definitely
think for the
see.
movie?
I have no idea for plotline wise. I don't think my brain works like that, but I definitely think we're gonna see more of all the rebels, like the cast of that. Because I feel like they gave us oh my gosh, what's the name? Zed.
Zeb?
Zeb.
Yeah.
They gave us like a small little, when he had that cameo. So I kind of feel like he
Yeah.
might have a bigger part in the movie, which I'm super excited
Yeah.
for. And, or maybe even Ahsoka, he might. Maybe they all will. I don't know. That's what I'm predicting. I'm predicting that they're all going to be seen in the movie at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
But
my
plotline, I have no
under
idea.
yeah. And then it's my understanding too that Katie Sackhoff said that she's not in the movie. But who knows? She could be lying. Yeah.
True.
Or maybe
No,
she's not
maybe
in the
because
movie. I'm
what
listening.
was she in Ahsoka?
No.
Hmm.
No. But you can't build up Mandalore and coming back to Mandalore and then just leave it as a cliffhanger. So it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna have to be somewhere. Like I'm wondering if I don't know the timeline exactly of how much time has passed. Um, but I'm wondering if, like I said, we're gonna see the start of the First Order and maybe Mandalore is gonna join forces with the New Republic and fight, the First Order or get eradicated by the First Order. So it's hard to like predict things because oh well, it wasn't in episode 7, 8, or 9, but in the same aspect, like all this storyline has been written after 7, 8, and 9, so
Yeah.
you don't really know how they're gonna retcon it.
Like what direction and stuff. That's what, yeah. Especially because,
Mhm,
like you said, this was a TV show beforehand, so it's really hard to think of
mhm.
what are you gonna do in just a movie, even if it's a 2-hour movie. Like
Yeah,
you gotta jam
yeah,
pack a lot of stuff in there.
yeah. Cool. And that's like I'm saying, I'm like, okay, so you're gonna see what Road to the Hut, and he looks like he's fighting in a pit, and
Mm-hmm.
then they showed, Mando fighting in a pit. They showed a man in a sewer, and one of the little Boba Fritt guys and Grogu were down there. Plus, you see them looking at the ATs, and then them blowing them up, and then Zeb fighting, and then there he's gonna get the Razor Crest back or another version of it, which is I don't know. I just don't understand. But I mean, I guess if he is going to go back to bounty hunting, he needs more room than what his N1 is. And you
Yeah.
can have two starships. So I also think it's going to be, I also think it's going to be an easy grab for Hasbro to reissue the HasLab Razor Crest because they literally just did that with the Hiss tank for GI Joe. They did like a HasLab like they do the other ones, and it was like $350, and it was decked out like it was dope. It's gigantic. And I was like, dang, I was like, that thing's hella sick, and I didn't buy it. And then they just did an Arctic version of it for $200, and they're only gonna make whatever people buy. But I'm like, you have.
He like woke up from a dead sleep. He just started barking. He must have been dreaming.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I'm
know what
like,
it
they
is.
have
I'm just kidding. It's the
they
grocery delivery guy.
uh oh
And so they're
my
all barking.
gosh.
Hey,
Did you
we
really
live
just
far out.
Instacart? Yeah, I
Well,
know.
it's through
Dude,
Kroger, so it's through the actual
oh,
grocery
okay.
store.
Nice. Angelina will DoorDash water, a case of water so she doesn't have to carry it up the stairs.
Oh my gosh. First world problems. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
I know it was hilarious. I told her the other day, I was like, come the 30th, you're out. I said, you got 1 day. She's like, Dad, the floor hasn't been laid yet. And I was like, I don't care. It looks like you're sleeping on concrete.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
was like, you
gosh.
better enjoy. I was like, you better enjoy this heater while you can.
Oh, I do remember seeing that snap. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
girl.
Uh,
Because after
I
that,
was
you
like,
want your
man,
own.
the first day when after they're all settled into the house, I'm gonna go in there and just turn on all the lights, open up like 4 water bottles, leave them on the counter, half drank. You know what I mean? Kick my shoes off, eat some food, make a mess.
Watch some TV.
Uh, Leave the TV on and the air conditioner, and be gone for 3 days.
I would do the same shit.
No, but yeah, I was like, that would be pretty hilarious. But yeah, I am interested though to see what how the storyline is gonna be. So, I
Do
mean,
you
we only have
think,
6 months.
I mean, do you have high hopes for it? Like
I
the movie?
do, I do. I hope that it's left on a cliffhanger and then more of it's explained in Ahsoka. You know, like, are we gonna see Thrawn in the movie? I'm more excited for our next topic, Darth Maul, Shadow Lord.
So excited.
Yes. Not just because I like the character, but I'm really interested to see what the storyline is going to be because I believe it's George Lucas's vision of what 7, 8, and 9 were going to be. You know,
Mhm.
because he had outlined all that, and like Maul was supposed to be the protagonist with Darth Talon, and he was going to have an apprentice, and they were going to just be scheming in the the seedy underworld and everything like that. So I'm really stoked.
I'm so excited. It
So
sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck that it's gonna be like a cartoon, but because I mean, I do like that, like Clone Wars Rebels, but it would have been
yeah,
so cool just live action, like if we actually got
it
those movies
definitely
with him.
it
But
definitely
this
would have.
is
Yeah,
better than nothing.
yeah. And we can't say never because look at what we watched back in the day with Bo Katan, Sabine, Zeb, all of them. Like
True.
it is very
True.
possible. It is very possible.
Yeah, that is true.
And you have to think about this too. Sam, what's his last name?
Whitwer.
Whit Whitworth. He is cast in Ahsoka season 2,
Mm-hmm.
and
I
they
did
they
see
haven't
that.
said
People are
what
trying to
they.
figure out if he's just going to be a voice or if he's actually going to be a character or,
Yeah, or what character is he gonna be?
Yeah, because he does technically play different voices on the shows,
Yeah.
but
So
I don't
yeah,
know.
but I
Well,
definitely am.
technically,
I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Maul's technically dead in the Ahsoka series, huh?
Yeah, yeah,
With the timeline because of Rebels.
yeah,
Okay. I was like, maybe,
yeah,
but he gone.
yeah. But you could see a flashback of him.
I'd be down for that.
Do you think that we're gonna see Kira from Solo?
I don't know. I totally forgot about her.
Yeah,
Maybe. That would be interesting.
yeah, yeah. I'm predicting she's gonna be in one of the episodes somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, I could definitely see that, depending what. Well, I guess no, that would be
yeah,
that timeline. So yeah, we could.
yeah, yeah. We could see, we could see her. We could see Asajj Ventress. Um, endless. It's endless. You know, Quinlan Voss. We could see. I mean, he could. If Darth Talon before she becomes Darth Talon is a Force sensitive Twi'lek, and he finds her, it could be that she is trying to find her way to the path. You know. So
I'm pretty excited though.
yeah,
It's gonna be
me
so
too.
good.
I'm hella stoked. I'm stoked.
And when is that? Because what? Mandalorian Grogu comes out in May, and I
Yeah,
looked all this
I
up
think.
before we got on here. And then Maul comes out. It just says 2026. There's not a release date yet.
Yeah,
Never mind.
it's probably going to be in the fall.
Have you heard the
You know.
Ninth Jedi?
Yes, but I don't know who it is.
Well, it's just like a spin-off from Visions, following a Jedi
Yeah.
named Kara on a personal journey amidst a dangerous galaxy. I hadn't heard of that yet,
Either have I. But
but I also
they're
haven't
getting
seen
ready.
Visions.
Yeah, it's cool. It's just it's
They're,
I don't know. It's
they're just like
very animated.
one-off. Yeah, they're just like one-off stories in different
Yeah,
animation, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I don't care about that.
yeah. So yeah, there's like this one episode where it's all paint, no, and then robots, and
I
then
mean, that's
the
cool. Like, you get a lot of
samurai.
creative people,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I'm like, I don't care if
yeah.
there's not a story that involves all the other stuff. I don't care.
Literally, literally, literally. I think that's why people had such a problem too with like certain things that didn't have the Skywalkers in it and no Vader and all
Hmm.
that crap. Like they're like, we don't know what's going on, and I'm like, you can watch any of our episodes to find out.
Oh my
So,
gosh, so much information.
um, literally, literally a plethora. It's so funny too. I don't know if I said this the last podcast, but so my cousin has two twins, and it's a boy and a girl, and little Izzy, he loves Star Wars. Like he was into Spider-Man like his whole life. Like the first time I met him, he was in a Spider-Man costume. Like he would
So
not
cute.
take it off, but he loves Star Wars now. So when we went to the celebration of life for my grandma back in October, he was like, you know, my mom said you like Star Wars and that you know a lot about Star Wars. So like I was just feeding him information and feeding him information, and it was so funny because she messages me like a while back and she's like, this should have been your kid. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, I don't have the answers for all these questions that he's asking. And I was like, well, he has my number. Just tell him to text me.
Oh, that's
And
so
she's
cute.
like, I was like, he can come out next summer. I was like, and they can come spend some time and we'll take him places. She's like, I'm giving him a one-way ticket and he's going to live with you because I can't handle, I can't
How
handle all these Star Wars questions.
how old is he?
10.
Oh yeah, that's a good age to be getting into all
So
that too.
yeah,
So he wants
yeah.
to just
So
absorb all of it and learn all of it.
yes, yeah. And he was
Yeah.
just like, it was so funny too, because when we were out there, he was like, my friend cousin said that Darth Maul has metal legs, and I told him he's lying because Darth Maul never had metal legs in the movies. I said, no, he never had metal legs in the movies, but have you watched the Clone Wars? Because he has metal legs in the Clone Wars. And he was like, oh, like mind
What?
blown. Yeah, it was so
There's
funny. So
more?
yeah. So I gave him some of my Star Wars Legos and stuff, and then he got a bunch of Star Wars Legos for Christmas. So like she was sending me videos, and then it was so funny because she messaged me like 2 days ago and was just like, I'm getting so much Star Wars stuff on my For You page on Instagram. I said, it's because it's awesome and you love it. And she was like, I love that my son has the encyclopedia books now to answer the questions that I don't have
So she doesn't
answers
have
to.
to? That's hilarious.
She bought him,
You know
she
what's
bought him
so
like
funny?
3 books.
Now that you
Mm.
said that, looking back, my mom would buy us things like that. And I wonder if that's why. She was like, I don't know. Like, here's a big book of
Yeah.
whatever. Because I just had random
Yeah.
ones about different,
Pirates of the
like,
Caribbean books and stuff.
basically, and then like Harry Potter and then like Batman and just, Star Wars. And I'm like,
That's so
that's
funny.
probably why. She's
Uh,
like, right. And back then, the internet
yeah.
wasn't like how it was now. Like, you couldn't just go on and look stuff up. Like, so you had to buy
Yeah.
those.
I
That's
know it's so
funny.
funny too because I've been thinking about selling some of my stuff. Like I know I've talked about it extensively, but I do kind of feel like I should reduce and downsize some of the stuff that I have. But I wouldn't even know where to sell it at now because back when I was hardcore into trading and selling, I went on a website called rebelscum.com. And that's how I got all my news on Star Wars and action figures and what was going on and everything like that. And they're still there, but they're not that popular anymore. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, I don't know what to do.
I think everybody
However,
sells
though,
stuff on Amazon now.
Mhm.
Star Wars stuff.
However, though, so I just thought about this too. Oh, never mind. I'll talk about it when we're not on the phone. Um,
It's like,
But yeah, spoilers. Um, uh, that was so funny. How has your workouts been?
they've been, honestly, my workouts have been killer. Like, I started a new program and it's just through the first format because I'm like, you know what? I've never done any of their workouts and I've been using this app since like 2019. So I did like the advanced bodybuilding strength training thing or whatever. And it basically gives
Yeah,
you like 3 or 4 exercises. You do like one exercise, then 10-second rest. You do the next one, 10-second rest, the next one. And then you take a 3-minute break. Then you do it 5 times. And so it's basically like doing supersets and you're just like minimal resting time except for when you're done. And it's kicking my ass. Like I have not been this sore in so long because I know I'm pushing myself more now. I'm not yapping as much. Like I still do. Like I like my gym buddies and we do yap and stuff, but like when I'm on the clock and I'm just trying to get through it, I'm like ignoring everybody. And then my 3 minutes, I'm like, all right. And I actually set a timer and I do the 3 minutes and I hop back in. But yeah, it's been killing. My shoulders are so sore. My legs are jello today. It's just, it's wild, but good.
that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's good. You know, I watching your videos, it's motivating. Um, and I hope that it motivates others because where you live, you're not close to a gym like you used to be. Where
Yeah.
you live, you don't have weather like it used to be out here. You know, you're trucking 30, 40 minutes one way to go to the gym, whether it's raining, snowing, sunny, you know what I mean? Like, that's dedication and discipline. And so many people just don't have it anymore. So it is definitely motivating, you know? And I've noticed, like, especially like in some of your videos, like, your legs are so full, like, they're so, like, proportioned. Like they look really good. Like your quad to hamstring ratio looks really, really good. But even like your delts and your arms like look full. So I'm really curious to see like what you look like in like 6 months or 2 months. You know what I mean? Like doing these programs and like sticking to them, like you're not going to see the results you want the first day, the 15th day, the 30th day. Hell, you might not even see it in 60 days. But if you continuously do it, it's gonna pay off,
Yeah, because I just actually
you
had a
know?
buddy write me from California. He wrote me late last night. Probably forgot the time difference, but he's just like, "Hey, I need some help with some workouts. Like, I just started going to the gym again for the last few weeks." But I'm like, "Buddy,
Yeah.
you just started back up." He's like, "I just need some like
Yes.
exercise recommendations," and I'm just like,
Yeah.
"I'm sure whatever you're doing is fine, but I mean, if you want a more structured program, that's one thing too. But like, you've only been going for a few weeks, buddy. Like, we gotta
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
keep up with it and just keep pushing
Yeah.
yourself." And, and then another girl was talking to me at the gym the other day about wanting to grow her legs. And she was trying to figure out if like higher reps, lower weight, or heavy. And so I'm like, it's kind of, combination of both. But I'm like, if
Yeah.
you also don't feel comfortable going super heavy, like don't do that unless your form's good and all that. But like, but you gotta stick with it. As I told her, I'm like, you gotta just keep doing it. If you decide to do higher rep, lower weight, go to failure and just stick with it and keep doing those exercises
Yes.
and not bounce
Yes.
around
A
everywhere.
100%. And that's just the thing that I just like. I I I have this itch lately, like that Instagram thing. It's like I'm getting that itch, Durner.
Mm-hmm.
What itch, Durner? And like I find myself like, okay, so um I completely did a 180 probably like 4 months ago. And I was like, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this. So now like every day I make my bed. I have a completely different routine than I used to have a year ago, hell, even 6 months ago, of like I've I know I'm a procrastinator and I know that I'll wait until the last minute to do things. And I've completely just said, F it, you're gonna do it. So like I used to wait until Thursday night at 9 o'clock at night to do my laundry for the week or, clean this or clean that. And now I do everything on my Friday. and I make my bed every day, and I
Mm.
make sure that I get up and I take my vitamins, and I stretch, and I do all these things, but it didn't happen overnight. And it's just,
Like
I
one
wish so many
small
more
change every day.
people, yes, or like one small change every 2 weeks will
Mm-hmm.
impact your life dramatically. Um, I wish I would have listened to myself when I was younger, or listened to other people and did that. But it's also good to know that, like, hey, if you start today, you're not a failure. Like, you're
Mm-hmm.
not catching up. Like, you're starting. Because it's the same thing for me at the gym. Like, I did flat bench twice now, and I worked my way up to 205 for like sets of 12. And I didn't have no pain. I didn't have no discomfort. I didn't feel compromised, nothing. But I listened to my body. And then going to the doctors, because Angelina wanted me to go to the doctors, and finding out that I have a small tear probably put me ahead in my journey, because had I not, I would have continued to push myself instead of taking those 3 or 4 weeks off from hitting front delts and chest. You know what I
It made
mean?
it
And but
worse.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't lose any strength. I didn't lose any stamina, no nothing. Like, I'm still in there pushing weight. I'm getting up. I don't care. Like, I'm like, oh, I gotta go to bed. I'm going to bed early. I'm getting up. As soon as that alarm clock hits, boom, I'm up. I'm freaking making my pre-workout, sitting on the couch, doom scrolling for 15 minutes while I drink my pre-workout, and then I'm getting up, brushing my teeth, taking a piss, putting my clothes on, stretching, putting my headphones on, putting Pandora on, going out to the car, warming the car up, and then going to the gym and getting it done. I don't even care, like, oh, so and so called in, you're gonna have to do coverage for this, this, and that. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna get up at 4:30 in the morning because I'm not missing the gym.
Yeah, that's my attitude.
Sorry, I
Like
had to
I'll figure it
grab some
out.
change. Yeah. So, but I feel good. I feel strong. Um,
Same.
who knows, this year, I'm about to do a complete 180. So, but I can see more definition coming through, and I can see more change in myself, like, especially when I'm flexing and posing and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, you still got it a little bit. You're not your dad bod's turning into a rad bod at 42.
Right. For
But then,
anybody at any
but
age.
also, yeah. But then, like, I told myself too, like, all right, so Angelina bought a house. She's moving out. Zoe's pretty much busy all week long. So what do I have to do? My daughters are adults. They're living their life. On the weekends, they go hang out with their friends. They travel. They go to, Napa and go
Like
wine
they're their own
tasting or
little
do.
people now.
Yeah, yeah. So now I'm just like, all right, like, I'm about to just lock in. I'll be going to Costco and Trader Joe's every 2 weeks, buying all the meat I need, everything that I need, and just storing it and just prepping food. Like, I got a bunch of steak marinating right now. I'm about to.
Well, because I remember you did struggle with that to find that on how to be like. I mean, obviously you're still their dad, but like not having to raise your kids
Yes,
anymore. And you were like, I don't, because you've always
yes,
raised them and you've always figured out
yes,
how to get to the gym and do all the things that you need to do while being a dad. But now you're like,
yes,
you
yeah,
have a whole gap now. You're like, what do I do? Like, I don't. And so I feel like
yeah,
that put you in a funk for a while. But then, like you said, you made
yeah,
some changes slowly over time. And then
yeah,
now you're like,
yeah.
okay, I can do this now.
Yeah, it definitely was. And like, I don't know, maybe this, like, maybe even just talking about this will, like, help, like, somebody that has kids later down the line, and like, they won't feel like, oh, like, is this weird? But I definitely did struggle for a long time. Like, who am I?
Hmm.
Because I'm a father before anything, you know what I mean? Like, I am responsible for the raising of two young women, because I have daughters, and I have to set an example, and I have to be a certain way so that when they grow up, they know what a man is supposed to be like, and how a man should treat a woman, and how a man should not treat a woman. You know what I mean? So, like, I always walked that fine line of showing them and trying to teach them and instill in them certain things. So once they
And
got
start
to like
more
a
slower.
certain age, And Star Wars lore, yes, definitely everything. So
The
funny though, because
potentials.
Angelina always calls her boyfriend uncultured because he doesn't know a lot of things like that I've shown them, like movies and lore and TV and all that stuff. She's always like, "You're so uncultured." Goes so she's like introduced him to so many different TV shows and movies
It's
and
how it
stuff
goes
like
though.
that.
Because Randall, I mean,
Hmm.
he knew the very, 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 very basics of Star Wars. Like he'd seen the movies maybe
Yeah,
once and that's it.
yeah,
Now he knows a little bit more and he can be like, oh, he'll like throw somebody's name out there. I'm like, where'd you hear that? He
yeah.
goes, TikTok. I watched some video and it taught me. I'm like rubbing off on you a little bit.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. But yeah, no, I did. I definitely did struggle for a long time, and it did put me in a funk because it was just like I wasn't upset that they were living their own lives, and I wasn't like mad.
Yeah.
I was thrown off. And for me, I was able to accept it very fast because I was like, what were you doing at their age?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, you were running amok, you were
Living your own
still
life.
partying with your friends, living your own life, so I get it. I totally understand. And I mean, we still do things. It's just finding that balance, but it also is so refreshing to know that like I'll still be there, I'll still support them, whatever they need. But in the same aspect, like now it's time for myself to take care of myself.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that like I didn't take care of myself when they were younger, but I always put them first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like whether it was like
Whereas
waiting
now
longer to
you
buy
can
myself clothes.
100%
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, yeah. So if I want to buy those action figures, I am. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
I've actually been really, really good. I haven't bought anything in probably 2 months.
Nice. So
Yeah,
nothing
I
this whole
haven't.
year.
And nothing this whole year too. I bought Captain Rex because I randomly found him. He got reissued at GameStop. RIP on the 15th. You will no longer be here in town. Um,
GameStop?
yeah,
Oh.
they're closing on the 15th. They closed this location. I asked the
Oh.
manager. He's like they didn't even give us a reason. They're just shutting down the store.
Is James still the
So I was like,
manager?
dang. No, James is actually like a regional manager in
Okay.
Reno. He's out in
He
Nevada.
okay, because he randomly wrote me on Facebook. I haven't talked to him in years, but he's like, "This is so
Yeah,
random." But he said, "I found your doppelganger." He's like, "I swear to God." So we had a whole conversation about it, but I forgot to ask him if he's still at GameStop or not. But good
yeah,
for him.
yeah. So I was just like, man. But the manager there though, he's like, yeah, he's like, it is what it is. So I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
that sucks. But yeah, I haven't though. Like I haven't bought anything in like 2 months. Um, I've seen stuff and I'm like, ooh, like then I'm also like, no. Actually, you know what? The last figure I bought was Darth Revan.
Nice.
So from the Knights of the Old Republic, and but other than that, it's been like 2 months. I haven't
The
bought anything.
only
So
figure I have is Boba Fett that you got me, but it's hanging on the wall over here, so you can't see it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I
So
never got a case for it. I kept forgetting, so I just put it on the wall. But I dust it and I take care of it, so it's still in good condition.
good.
Yeah.
I know. I was waiting in the makeup aisle. So awkward. I'm like waiting in the makeup aisle and I'm just sitting there and it's like all, younger girls and stuff. And like it's at Walmart, so they have everything locked up and I'm like, "Brr,
Hmm.
brr, brr, brr." And like I'm looking at them and I'm like, does it usually take this long? I'm like, what the fuck? And then the lady finally comes and I'm like, I need a makeup brush. And they're like, oh, you need a makeup brush for your girlfriend? I was like, no, I need it for myself. And they like kind of look at me puzzled and they're like,
For your
and I was like, oh
figures?
no. I was like, oh no, no, it's for dusting my Legos. And they're like, what? And I was like, yeah, I'm like, it's really fine. I was like, to dust my action figures and my Legos, I need
Yeah.
a makeup brush. I'm like, I need this size, and this size. And like the girls around me, like they're waiting to get their own like makeup and concealer or whatever. And I'm over here buying freaking makeup brushes for my
For your
Legos.
Legos? Like a freaking nerd.
Yeah, they're like, we're gonna have to put it in a case. I'm like, lady, if I can afford Legos and to buy something to dust them off with,
Yeah,
Clearly,
Legos
I'm
ain't
not going to
cheap.
steal it.
Jeez.
Literally.
I'm learning though I don't
So
have the patience for Legos. I'm trying, man. I really want to build this. And even Chelsea, she said, because she
you
sent it,
haven't finished it?
no, there's a billion pieces in that thing. And they're so tiny. And I don't know. There's like 500 steps. I'm maybe on like, I don't even know. I'm not on 100, that's for sure. But when I sent the
Yeah.
snap to Chelsea of it, she goes, I didn't realize how big that Lego set was. She's like, I'm so sorry. Like all the pieces that came with it. I said, no, it's fine. Like it's a fun challenge. But I do
Yeah.
remember as a kid, my mom always said, like, she'd make us do arts and crafts and build things. And she's like, you were always a kid that you would just hurry up and get it done because you just had no interest in putting something together. Where my brothers were very meticulous and
Yeah.
they make these cool designs. She's like, no, they would color coordinate things. She's like, you threw whatever on there and you were like, done.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's how I feel about this Lego set. I'm like, but I'm gonna truck through. I'm gonna
And
do it because I want to put it on my shelf.
which one was it again?
It is a magic. It's like a bookcase, like nook. It's almost. I think it's supposed to be
Okay.
Harry Potter themed, so it's kind of got like magic things, but it's like a little book nook thing, so I can put it onto my
Okay.
bookshelf. So it's cute,
Nice.
and I
And
want to
it
get it done.
and it has lights, right?
Yeah, so it's got little bulbs. That's what's
Nice.
throwing me
Nice. That's
off.
awesome. So for myself, okay, so like, I've talked about it endless. I'm in customer service. And with being in customer service, I'm constantly putting on that persona. And I'm not saying that I'm
Mm-hmm.
fake, but it is
No, but there
very
is a customer
draining.
service like persona you put on
Yes.
for sure.
And it's very physically at times and mentally at times draining to be that person. And unfortunately, since I've been at the company for over 20 years now, I have developed a lot of relationships with a lot of regular customers, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
very well known within the community. So I can never turn it off. Like I was just at Rayleigh's today and I ran into 4 or 5 people and I stopped and I shook their hand and asked them how their holiday was and how their Christmas was and did you have a good New Year's, and how was your son's house because I got the elephant brain, so I always remember everything.
Mm-hmm.
Um so constantly having to be that person and oh, I remember this and I got to do this, like it's just so draining. So for me,
Yes.
it's nice to come home and just like open up 5 or 6 bags and just build. And
Yep.
it calms the chaos in my mind and in my head, and it makes everything go silent for me.
Maybe I should try that. Just be like, all right, we're going to shut my brain off and
Yeah.
we're just going to focus on this.
Yeah.
Because I'm so used to doing things like background, like shows and movies on, but I usually put something on that I've already seen because I'm not watching the show at all. Like, there's no time for me to be looking at
Yeah.
the instructions, finding the stupid little pieces, figure out the bag system for this Lego set makes no sense. I've given up on what are the numbers for? They don't even tell me what bag is what. So I'm just like, I'm looking in each bag to see, okay, like it's got that piece I need, so I'll open this new bag and I'll use that. But
It
yeah.
it should be bag one through whatever. And you do one
It's
bag
got
at a
bag
time.
one, and then there's a 2, then there's a 3, and another 3, then there's a 4, and there's another 4, and there's
So,
5, and another 5.
so bag 4 and 4 go together.
Yeah.
It's so that yeah. So like, because that it'll happen on
So it's
certain
one
sets. Like,
bag. It just to make more
yes,
room. Okay, that's what was throwing me off. I'm like,
yes,
why
yes.
do I have 2 4s? Okay, that makes sense.
So if you look at the bag 4, that one bag will have bigger pieces and one bag will have smaller pieces. And it's so that
Um,
it's quality control so that when they ship it to you,
not breaking.
not all of the yeah, or the little pieces don't get lost because you got to think it's a conveyor belt and stuff
Oh.
is just you
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? So that you don't lose pieces. And you're going to have a lot of extra pieces too.
Okay.
Typically they'll throw in, especially when they're smaller pieces, they'll throw in 2 just for good measure. Like
Yeah, because
when I
these
built my
got
Lego,
itty bitty ones.
yeah, so when I built my Lionites castle, it was the same thing. Like it was, bag 1, bag 2, bag 3, 3, bag 4, 4, bag 5, 5. But it was all those little pieces that I was building in the first part of it. And then it just goes on and on. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's what it is. So because I
Well,
got stumped. Yeah, because I got stumped. I was like on bag 23, and I was just like, I'm missing pieces, and I'm just like, oh, I'm so pissed because I'm like, they're gonna take like 2 weeks to get out, and I can't finish it. And then I was like, wait, I was like, go dig back in the box real quick because there was 49 bags at that time, and I dug through and I found the other bag 23, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. I was like,
But see,
you
with this
dummy.
set, it doesn't tell me the bags. It doesn't tell me when I need to use the bags.
Yeah. So it should in your booklet though, it should go by chapters. You know
Yeah, it
what I
doesn't.
mean? So
I don't know.
yeah.
It's weird how it's set up because it's almost like I said, it doesn't tell you bags. So I assume start with one, but then I'm also using some still from one, and now some from four, and some from three, and then I'm just so I don't. It never tells me what like. Oh, we're now opening bag 5. So I just have to if I can't find the piece in those already open bags I have, then I'm like, all right, it must be in a different bag. So I'm looking in the bag, and I'm like, okay, it is. So, but I don't know because it's like
You'll
not Lego,
you'll
so
yeah, you'll have to send me a picture of the booklet and all
yeah.
that after we get off so I
Like I
can see it.
understand it now.
That's
Like
so
I've been
funny.
building from it, but it took me forever to even start it because I'm like, I don't understand this method. Like what? This makes no sense. But now I'm like, I've got it. But still, like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's
That's
a
so
different brand.
funny. That's so funny. The brand
Yeah.
though that she got you is a good brand.
Yeah. I mean, it's cute, and I've
Yeah.
seen it built because I went on TikTok to see it all built, and it's cute. I like it a lot,
Yeah.
but holy moly, I'm working on
Yeah.
it tonight.
Did I tell you that I won a Nintendo Switch at the Christmas party this year?
Hey, that's dope. Oh, you did tell me that. Yeah, you
It's,
snapped that.
did I?
That's cool
Okay.
though.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. So I bought Mario Kart. Oh, well, it came with Mario Kart. I bought Sonic Mania, Mortal
Nice.
Kombat 11, and then Zoe's boyfriend bought me the complete Lego Star Wars saga, so I can play all
Dope.
7 movies.
That's cool.
And then I'm gonna buy the Heritage Pack before before GameStop closes. It's got 7 different Star Wars games. So like you'll get to play like Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, Republic and Commando, all of that.
Oh,
So,
that's cool.
but it's so funny. I was just like, I'm out here living my best life. Like people are like, what do you do? Like you don't really drink, you don't party. What do
Dang.
you do on a Friday night? And I'm like, well, I hit legs and then I go to work for 9 to 10 hours. And then I come home and I take a hot Epsom salt bath and watch a podcast and I play my Nintendo Switch and then I take an ice bath and go to bed.
Yep, that's how it is though. That's me. I'm like, I don't do anything anymore. I don't really drink. I don't drink at
Yeah.
all, but
Yeah.
like I'd rather be home,
Yeah.
do my own thing.
I did drink though on the second though because that day was one hell of a day. I drank a whole bottle of
Like I'll drink if we
whole
go
bottle.
out to dinner and like, yeah, for sure. But
No,
other than
yeah,
that, I don't
no,
party drink anymore.
yeah. I sat at home and had a bottle of Jameson. I was like, it's
Oh
been a
yeah,
long year and it's only the second.
yeah, I did see that too.
But, man,
I was like, it must have been a rough
alrighty.
day.
We're gonna have to come up with some more questions to end this since we don't have Star Wars conversations.
Yeah, I was slacking on that. I looked up all the dates and
Okay.
stuff and got that part ready, and then I forgot to look up
Yeah.
questions. But next time, which we'll
All
have to
right.
figure out next time because my days off are all wonky, but we'll figure it out.
I work in the morning the majority of the time, so it doesn't even matter. I'm free late after, whenever. Um, so if anybody has any questions, leave them below. Comment, like, subscribe. You can find us on social media. I'm the 530 Gorilla on
Where I love
Instagram. I don't have,
fit,
go ahead.
where I love fit on Instagram,
What's your other one though?
TikTok. I
Yeah.
don't even remember. I had to change it because they thought I was underage, and I got kicked out of my other one. I'm like, okay.
Shut
It's
up.
yeah, swear to God, they're like, you need to give us proof of your date, and I was trying to, and I was sending in my license, and they were like, no, sorry, you're underage, and then kicked me out, so I had to make a new one. But it's just at Mariah Love with 3 E's _ is my TikTok. That's like my fun. I just post
Nice.
random stuff on there.
That's cool. I'll never download
It's
TikTok.
addicting, but I'm now to the point like I have timers on things. Like I don't doom scroll anymore. I
That's good.
set myself, yeah. So
That's good. Well, until next time, may the force be with you.
always peace out, Girl Scout.
Bye.
May the force be with you.